Hold on, stop what you're doing. If Australia PR is on your mind, if you've been planning your permanent residency application, or if you're already in the process, what I'm about to reveal will blow your mind. The Australian government just released the official migration program numbers for December 2025, and there are 185,000 permanent residency places available. But here's the catch: not everyone will get one. The competition is fierce, and unless you know exactly what's changed, which categories are prioritized, and what actions you need to take right now, you could miss your chance. I'm going to break down everything in the next few minutes, and I promise, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you stand and what you must do immediately to secure your Australian PR. Welcome to Aussie Global Affairs, the channel that gives you real, unfiltered information about Australian immigration. I'm Sarah, and if this is your first time here, you've landed in the right place. We don't sugarcoat things, we don't give you false hope, but we also don't hold back on opportunities. We tell you exactly how things work in the Australian immigration system, so you can make informed decisions about your future. Today's update is massive because 185,000 permanent residency places sounds like a lot, but when you break down the categories and understand the competition, the picture becomes very different. Before we dive deep, I need you to do something crucial right now. Smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Why am I so insistent? Because Australian immigration changes every single month. New occupation lists are released, processing priorities shift, visa requirements change, and if you're not getting real-time updates, you're flying blind. Aussie Global Affairs monitors every announcement from the Department of Home Affairs, analyzes every policy shift, and brings you actionable intelligence before anyone else. Subscribe now, turn on those notifications, and give this video a thumbs up if you're serious about Australian PR. Now let's get into this critical update. The Australian government has announced the migration program planning levels for December 2025, and the total number is 185,000 permanent places. Now, before you get too excited, let me break down what this actually means and how these places are distributed. This is not 185,000 places all for skilled workers. The migration program is divided into two main streams, the skill stream and the family stream, and each has specific allocations. The skill stream gets the lion's share with 132,000 places. This is for people who are coming to Australia based on their skills, qualifications, and ability to contribute to the economy. Within the skill stream, there are several categories. The employer-sponsored category has been allocated 44,000 places. This is for people who have a job offer from an Australian employer willing to sponsor them. The state and territory-nominated category has 36,000 places. This is for applicants who receive nomination from a state or territory government. The skilled independent category, which doesn't require sponsorship or nomination, has 20,000 places. Business innovation and investment visas have 7,000 places. The Global Talent Visa has 5,000 places for highly skilled individuals in target sectors. And the Distinguished Talent Visa, which is for people with exceptional achievements, has 200 places. The family stream has been allocated 53,000 places. This includes partner visas with 41,500 places, parent visas with 8,500 places, child visas and other family categories with 3,000 places. There's also a small allocation of 200 places for special eligibility visas. Now let's talk about what these numbers really mean for you. First, understand that these are planning levels, not guarantees. The government sets these targets, but actual numbers can vary based on processing capacity, global situations, and policy changes. Second, these numbers include both primary applicants and their family members. So when you see 44,000 employer-sponsored places, that's not 44,000 primary applicants. If someone applies with a spouse and 2 children, that's 4 people counted against those 44,000 places. The actual number of primary applicants is significantly lower. Third, demand far exceeds supply in most categories. Hundreds of thousands of people around the world want Australian PR. The skilled independent category only has 20,000 places, but there are way more than 20,000 qualified applicants. This means you need to be extremely competitive. Just meeting the minimum requirements is not enough. You need to maximize your points, have strong English scores, get skills assessments, and potentially secure state nomination to have a realistic chance. Let me break down each major category so you understand where your best opportunities lie. The employer-sponsored category with 44,000 places is actually one of the strongest pathways right now. If you can secure a job offer from an Australian employer who's willing to sponsor you, your chances of getting PR are quite good. The main visas here are the Subclass 186 Employer Nomination Scheme, which is a direct permanent visa, and the Subclass 482 Temporary Skill Shortage Visa, which is a temporary visa that can lead to PR after working for your employer for a certain period. The advantage of employer sponsorship is that you're not competing in a points-based pool. If you meet the requirements and your employer is approved as a sponsor, your visa will generally be granted. The challenge is finding an employer willing to sponsor you. Australian employers must prove they couldn't find a suitable Australian citizen or permanent resident for the role before they can sponsor someone from overseas. They also have to pay for sponsorship costs and meet various obligations. So you need to be highly skilled in an occupation that's in genuine demand. The sectors with the most employer sponsorship opportunities right now are healthcare, particularly nurses, doctors, and allied health professionals. Engineering in various disciplines including civil, mechanical, electrical, and software engineering. Information technology, especially software developers, cybersecurity specialists, and data analysts. Trades including electricians, plumbers, carpenters, and mechanics. Hospitality, particularly chefs and restaurant managers in certain regional areas. Aged care and disability support workers are also in very high demand. If you're in one of these fields, focus your energy on finding employer sponsorship. Use job sites like Seek, Indeed, and LinkedIn. Make sure your resume is tailored to Australian standards. Consider working with recruitment agencies that specialize in placing overseas workers. Be open to regional positions, as regional employers are often more willing to sponsor, and there are additional benefits for working in regional Australia. The state and territory nominated category, with 36,000 places, is another strong pathway. Each Australian state and territory runs its own nomination program with its own occupation lists and requirements. States nominate people whose skills are needed in their local economies. If you receive state nomination, you get extra points toward your visa application and access to certain visa subclasses. The key to state nomination is research. Each state has different priorities. South Australia has been very active in nominating skilled workers across a broad range of occupations. Victoria focuses on certain in-demand skills and often requires you to have lived or studied in Victoria. New South Wales has high requirements and is quite competitive. Queensland nominates various occupations but often requires job offers or prior residence. Western Australia focuses on occupations needed in their resources and services sectors. Tasmania, South Australia, and Northern Territory have more accessible programs and actively seek skilled migrants. Regional areas within states often have even more opportunities. Regional Victoria, Regional New South Wales, Regional Queensland, and other regional areas have their own visa pathways with lower points requirements and faster processing. If you're willing to live and work in regional Australia for a few years, your path to PR becomes much easier. The skilled independent category with 20,000 places is the most competitive because it doesn't require sponsorship or nomination. You apply based entirely on your points score. You need to be invited to apply, and invitations go to the highest scoring applicants first. Currently, you need a very high points score to receive an invitation in most occupations. We're talking 75 to 90 points or even higher for some popular occupations like accountants, auditors, and software engineers. To maximize your points, you need to understand the points system. You get points for age, with maximum points if you're between 25 and 32. You get points for English language ability, with maximum points for superior English, which usually means IELTS 8 or equivalent in each component. You get points for skilled employment, with more points for Australian work experience than overseas experience. You get points for educational qualifications, with more for doctorates and certain STEM qualifications. You can get partner points if your partner also has skills and good English. You can get points for completing certain Australian study, for professional year programs, for specialist education qualifications, and for being nominated by a state or having certain regional qualifications. Most applicants in the skilled independent category need to aim for at least 80 points, and even that might not be enough for popular occupations. Consider every possible way to increase your points. If you're at 70 points, look at whether you can improve your English score, gain more work experience, get your partner skilled assessed, or pursue state nomination instead. The Business Innovation and Investment Visas with 7,000 places are for entrepreneurs, investors, and business owners. These visas require significant capital and business experience. The main pathways are the Business Innovation stream, which requires you to have owned and managed a business with a certain turnover. The Investor stream requires substantial investment in Australia. The Significant Investor stream requires investing at least $5 million in complying investments. The Entrepreneur stream is for people with innovative business ideas and funding from third parties. And the Business Talent stream is for high-caliber entrepreneurs with substantial assets. These visas are not for most people because of the high financial requirements, but if you have significant business experience and capital, they're a viable pathway. Be aware that these visas are under constant review and requirements change frequently. The Global Talent Visa with 5,000 places is for highly skilled individuals in target sectors. The current target sectors include resources, agri-food and ag-tech, energy, health industries, defense, space and advanced manufacturing, circular economy, digitech, infrastructure and tourism, financial services and fintech, and education. If you work in one of these sectors and you have exceptional skills, proven track record, international recognition, and you can demonstrate you'll be an asset to Australia's economy, you can apply for this visa. It offers fast processing and doesn't require a points test or skills assessment in most cases. However, the bar is high. You need to be genuinely outstanding in your field. Now let's talk about the family stream with 53,000 places. Partner visas are the dominant category here, with 41,500 places. If you're in a genuine relationship with an Australian citizen or permanent resident, you can apply for a partner visa. These visas have two stages, a temporary visa first, then a permanent visa after usually 2 years. The processing times are long, currently ranging from 2 to 4 years, depending on whether you're applying onshore or offshore. The key to partner visa success is proving your relationship is genuine and ongoing. You need substantial evidence including joint financial commitments, living arrangements, social recognition of your relationship, and commitment to each other. Many partner visa applications are refused because the evidence isn't strong enough. Take this seriously and provide comprehensive documentation. Parent visas with 8,500 places are for parents of Australian citizens or permanent residents. These visas are expensive and have very long waiting times. The contributory parent visa costs around $50,000 per person and has processing times of several years. The non-contributory parent visa is cheaper, but has waiting times of 20 to 30 years. If you want to bring your parents to Australia, plan early and understand the financial commitment involved. Now let me tell you what you need to do immediately based on this December 2025 update. Action 1. Determine which category you qualify for. Look at your qualifications, work experience, age, English ability, and personal circumstances. Are you eligible for skilled migration? Do you have an employer who might sponsor you? Are you in a relationship with an Australian? Be realistic about your options. Action 2. If you're pursuing skilled migration, get your skills assessment done immediately. Every occupation requires assessment by a specific assessing authority. This process takes time, often several months, and you can't lodge a visa application without it. Don't delay this step. Action 3. Take your English test if you haven't already. IELTS, PTE, TOEFL, or Cambridge are all accepted. Aim for the highest score possible because English points can make a huge difference. If you've taken the test before but didn't get a great score, consider taking it again. Many people improve significantly with preparation and practice. Action 4. Research state nomination options. Visit each state's migration website and check their occupation lists, requirements, and application processes. Some states have streams for people already working in the state, others for people with job offers, and others for offshore applicants. Find the best fit for your situation. Action 5. Update your resume and start job hunting if employer sponsorship is your pathway. Apply to Australian employers, network on LinkedIn, contact recruitment agencies, and be persistent. Getting sponsored takes time and many applications. Action 6. Calculate your points score accurately. Use the official points calculator on the Department of Home Affairs website. Action 7. Prepare your documents. PR applications require extensive documentation, including identity documents, qualifications, employment references, police checks, health examinations, and more. Start gathering these now so when you're ready to apply, you're not delayed by missing documents. Action 8. Consider professional help if your case is complex. Registered migration agents can provide valuable guidance, especially if you have unusual circumstances, previous visa refusals, health issues, or character concerns. The investment in professional advice can save you from costly mistakes. Let me also address some important considerations many people overlook. Processing times vary significantly by visa type and your circumstances. Employer-sponsored visas are currently processing in about 6 to 12 months. Skilled independent can take 12 to 18 months or longer. State-nominated is similar. Partner visas take 2 to 4 years. Parent visas take many years. Plan accordingly and don't expect quick outcomes. Costs are substantial. Visa application fees alone are thousands of dollars. The skilled independent visa costs around $4,240 for the main applicant plus additional for family members. Employer-sponsored visas cost around $4,115. Partner visas cost over $8,000 for the combined application. Then there are skills assessment fees, English test fees, health check fees, police check fees, and potentially migration agent fees. Budget for at least $10,000 to $15,000 total for most PR pathways. The 185,000 places for December 2025 represent opportunities, but also fierce competition. The Australian government is being selective. They want skilled workers who can contribute immediately, people in occupations with genuine shortages, young workers who will be in the workforce for decades, people with excellent English who can integrate easily, and those willing to live in regional areas where workers are desperately needed. If you don't fit this profile perfectly, don't despair, but do be strategic. Improve weak areas of your application. Target less competitive occupation codes if possible. Consider regional options. Build up your work experience in your field and invest in professional English training if needed. Also, be aware that immigration policies can change. The 185,000 places announced for December 2025 could be adjusted in future updates. Occupation lists change regularly with occupations being added or removed. Points requirements fluctuate based on demand. State nomination criteria evolve. This is why staying informed through channels like Aussie Global Affairs is so critical. What's true today might not be true in 6 months. Let me share some real examples to illustrate how this works. Amit from India is a software engineer with 5 years experience, age 29, IELTS 7 in each band, bachelor's degree. His points score is 75. He's eligible for skilled independent, but his score might not be high enough to get invited soon because software engineering is highly competitive. His best strategy is to aim for state nomination, which would give him 5 extra points. He's researching which states are nominating software engineers and preparing applications. Elena from Brazil is a registered nurse, age 32, excellent English with IELTS 8, bachelor's in nursing. She has 85 points, and her occupation is in high demand. She has strong chances for skilled independent, but she's also applied for state nomination to increase her options. She's also looking at employer-sponsored opportunities because hospitals actively recruit nurses. James from UK is a carpenter, age 27, working in London. He has a trade qualification and 4 years' experience. His English is native level, but he needs to do the skills assessment for carpentry. He's targeting employer sponsorship and regional nomination because his trade is in demand, especially in regional areas. His pathway is very promising if he's willing to work in regional Australia. These examples show that everyone's situation is different and there's no one-size-fits-all approach. You need to assess your strengths, understand where you fit in the migration program, and pursue the pathway that maximizes your chances. I want to be completely honest with you. Getting Australian PR in 2025 is not easy. The 185,000 places sound generous, but millions of people worldwide want them. The system favors certain profiles: young, highly skilled, fluent in English, in-demand occupations. If that's not you, it doesn't mean PR is impossible, but it means you need to be creative, patient, and strategic. Some people take years to achieve PR. They might come first on a student visa, study in Australia, gain Australian work experience, improve their English, and then apply for PR from onshore with stronger credentials. Others come on working holiday visas, find employers who sponsor them, and transition that way. Some pursue partner visas which take years to process. There are many paths, and sometimes the path is longer and more complicated than you hoped. But for those who persist, who keep improving their applications, and who stay informed about opportunities, PR is achievable. All right, let's summarize the critical information from this update. Australia has 185,000 PR places for December 2025. The skills stream has 132,000 places with employer-sponsored at 44,000, state-nominated at 36,000, and skilled independent at 20,000. The family stream has 53,000 places with partner visas dominating. Competition is intense in all categories. Your action steps are: determine your eligible category, get skills assessment done, take English tests and aim high, research state nomination options thoroughly, start job hunting if pursuing employer sponsorship, calculate your exact point score, gather all required documents, and consider professional advice for complex cases. Remember that processing takes time, costs are significant, and staying informed about policy changes is essential. Your Australian PR journey requires preparation, persistence, and strategic planning. If this video helped clarify where you stand and what you need to do, give it a massive thumbs up and share it with anyone pursuing Australian PR. This information could be the difference between success and failure for someone you know. Comment below telling me which pathway you're pursuing and what your biggest challenge is. I read every comment and often create follow-up content based on your questions. Most importantly, subscribe to Aussie Global Affairs right now and smash that notification bell. We're constantly monitoring Australian immigration changes and bringing you updates that directly impact your PR chances. Don't miss critical information that could cost you your Australian dream. Thank you for watching today. I'm Sarah from Aussie Global Affairs, and I'm committed to helping you navigate the complex Australian immigration system. The 185,000 PR places are real opportunities, but only for those who are prepared, informed, and strategic. Start taking action today. Your Australian future is waiting, but you need to go out and claim it. Until next time, stay focused, stay informed, and keep pushing toward your goal. See you in the next video.